Disclosure Day. I originally learned of this film through a Super Bowl ad, and then I just happened to hear recently that it was released. I figured, yeah, I guess I have time to go see it. I had no idea what the film was going to be about because the trailer seemed kind of vague about it. And really, a lot about this movie seemed kind of vague leading up to its release. All I knew was that it was sci-fi and had something to do with aliens. In other words, I was kind of going in blind. I don't know how to feel about this movie. I honestly felt like this image for the majority of its runtime. Alright, quick spoiler warning, I'm going to give out a lot of the plot, so yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, just consider yourself warned. So the basic plot is that aliens exist and the US government knew for about 80 years. The film follows a group's attempt to blow the whistle on the whole thing, as well as the torture of aliens, because of course the US government utilized enhanced interrogation techniques on extraterrestrials. Daniel Kilner, portrayed by Josh O'Connor, is one of these whistleblowers and also happens to understand the aliens' language, which happens to be math, I guess. Margaret Fairchild, portrayed by Emily Blunt, is a weather woman who is not part of the group, but due to the fact that she was given, I guess, psychic powers through being abducted by the aliens, she is ultimately drawn into the plot. Now, I will say, Emily Blunt did amazing in her role. I think she nailed how a person would realistically react when they suddenly know everything about the person in front of them and can speak any language fluently without learning beforehand. I mean, I would freak out too, because I'd figured those are some hallucinatory effects from a brain bleed or something. Now, something that was frustrating was the fact that there was just so much shit that wasn't explained. I get it, nobody likes exposition dumps. Spielberg had the most important parts explained, I guess, like why Wardex, which is the secret branch of the government in charge of UFOs and stuff, wants to keep this whole thing quiet, and why the whistleblowers are doing what they're doing. The film explains Daniel and Margaret's abilities as being given to them through their childhood abductions, but how the hell do the rod things work? There's these rods that are pieces of alien technology that when put in the bare hands of a human can cause incredible pain upon the human, but also give them some unique abilities. The issue is that I have no idea if there are any rules for what these objects can be used for. The main villain of the film was able to use it to track down a person's location just by identifying them by a photo and talking to them telepathically. And I guess taking control of their body. And when Margaret uses it, she can turn not just herself, but the entire group of people she's with, and I guess the objects that belongs to the group, invisible. Like the house they're in and the fire trucks they came in on became completely invisible. Like, what are the rules here? Again, this movie turned me into context man. I required so much context for everything that was going on, and most of the time I was not given it. Now, I do like how the movie touches on a debate about whether allowing the masses to receive information that would completely disrupt society would end up being beneficial or detrimental to that society. And they even bring up whether or not religious belief would still hold validity if extraterrestrials were proven to be real, but they don't really do much with that. I mean, I think it's an okay film overall with an interesting premise, but I feel like there were some interesting avenues that the film could have taken but didn't. Also, the ending pissed me off because not only was it super drawn out over, you know, all the different news networks trying to broadcast the message that aliens are real and the US government has been covering up for decades, but also because it ends with vagueness. Margaret receives word over what the alien that was brought on set, because yeah, they even brought an alien on set, like on a wheelchair or whatever. She receives word over what message to relay from the alien to the masses. And all she says is listen, and that's it. It cuts to black. I saw it coming too, but man, that is some bullshit. I feel like this movie was just Spielberg trying to figure out how to get audiences to ask as many questions as possible while answering like less than half of them. It's still a good time, but man, some parts of this were super frustrating to me. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say here. I will see you when I see you.